So we study here control rectifiers. Control rectifier also is a converter that convert from AC to DC. Inverter is also a converter from DC to AC, DC to DC converters, right? All this. So this power electronics basically deal with
कुछ नहीं पता मैं भी नहीं खोल रहा पापा दिए थे निकलो तुम लोग
so power electronics basically deal with control and this sentence you just keep a note of this sentence or definition. Basically deal with conversion and control of electrical power for various applications such as regulated power supply, for this all these portable items, electronics, and then household appliances, heating and lighting control, electrical welding, chemical processes, induction heating, active filtering, then drives, AC and DC motor drives. So this power electronics is nothing but it deals with control and conversion of electrical power. What is control and conversion? We generate power from the generating station. The transmission is done, then distribution. Then what happens? That power cannot be directly fed to a motor, right? To directly fed to a motor, it will start, but you don't have any control. So power has to be converted to a suitable frequency and voltage, and it should be controlled to control the speed of the motors. Drives will happen only if we control the voltage. Till now, you might have studied the speed control of DC motor, putting resistance in the armature circuit or the field circuit, but that is manually. You are doing manually. You are changing the resistance, and those are very efficient methods, right? Because there is continuous losses in the resistance to put in the armature circuit and the field circuit. So, and you don't have any control, feedback control you cannot apply. But with power voltage converter, feedback control can be achieved and the conversion of power is required. Okay. So it deals with control and conversion of electrical power through semiconductor devices based power electronics converters. So because of their they are very highly efficient. What are the advantages? We'll go to that the next slide. So they're everywhere it is used. Life without power voltage converter is now just not possible. It is a dream. Whether it is fan control or light control or computer system, SMPS is required. So SMPS means it is power voltage converters. Induction heater is power voltage converters. Okay. So whether it is aeroscope, satellite power supply, aircraft power supply, then chemical processes, advertising, heating, air conditioning, computer and office equipments, light control, commercial, then industrial arc and industrial furnaces, industrial heating, blowers and fans, pumps, compressors, rolling mills and textile mills. And residential, air conditioning, cooling, lighting, computer, washing machine, vacuum cleaner, induction heaters. Nowadays, every household has a induction heaters, telecommunication, battery chargers, power supply, transportation, battery chargers, like that, HVDC transmission, everywhere. So motor control and wire compensation, these power voltage converters are used, right? Why? Because they are very highly efficient, not like your resistive control. The conduction losses and switching losses are very less in semiconductor devices. Therefore, they are very highly efficient. High efficiency due to low losses in the power semiconductor devices. They are highly reliable. You can note down all these things. Long life, less maintenance, maintenance free. No maintenance. There is no wear and tear. There is no moving parts. So it is low maintenance. Fast dynamic response. As I told you, closed loop operation is possible. Right. So quick response. Suppose you increase the load, the speed of the motor will decrease to achieve the set speed. So the converter firing circuit. What is the noise coming? Echo, small size and less weight. So less floor space and therefore low installation cost. So mass production of power semiconductor devices has resulted in lower cost of the converter equipment. So these are the advantages, but there cannot be a system where only advantages are there. Otherwise, there is the end of the world, right? So disadvantages are converters generate this power converters. They generate harmonics. Harmonics means the current is not sinusoidal. It contains harmonics in the supply system as well as on the load circuit. Okay. So if harmonics are present, what will happen? System will be on balance. There will be neutral current. There will be resonance, overheating of transformers and circuit breakers. All these things will happen. So that is a big problem. And also AC-DC and AC to AC converters operate as at low input power factor. The power factor is very poor input power factor with this kind of converters, AC to DC and AC to AC. Overload capacity is low, so you have to add more equipments. So regeneration of power is difficult in power converters. The regenerative braking you must have heard DC motors. Motoring, regenerative braking, because the kinetic energy has to be converted to electrical energy and fed back to the source for braking. However, the advantages possessed by power converters far outweigh the disadvantages. These converters have many advantages, and so the disadvantages can be compromised. Okay. And there are methods have been implemented where the harmonics can be compensated and input power factor can be improved. So for that, external circuits are required, but those things are not in your syllabus. That is in higher study. So study only the operation of converters in this semester. So they are very highly efficient, reliable, low maintenance, very low cost, very lightweight. Mass production is possible, and therefore very low cost. But it generates harmonics, the system, which causes overheating of motors, malfunctioning of any system connected to the line, communication problems, etc. Input power factor is poor, but all these factors can be improved, and so the disadvantages can be compromised as compared to the advantages. But these conversions are possible because of these semiconductor switches. This is recently there is a great improvement in the semiconductor technology, and therefore semiconductor devices are very highly efficient. Semiconductor devices have been invented, and control and conversion of power at low and medium and high voltages at very high frequency are also possible. These semiconductor devices are categorized according to their controllability. Okay. According to their controllability. If you note down, power semiconductor devices can be classified into 3 categories, okay, according to their degree of controllability, right? So, what are those? Controllability, uncontrolled device. Diode cannot be controlled turn on, neither it can be turned on with our desirable condition. It requires a reverse bias voltage, and diode can be turned on by forward bias. There is no control. Only 2 terminals. If it is forward bias, we control. Voltage should be above the knee voltage, right? Control turn on and uncontrolled turn off. Okay. Here, the SCR silicon control rectifier. Silicon control rectifier is control turn on and uncontrolled. We cannot control the turn off. We can control the turn on. Once it is turn on, we lose the control. So it has to be turn off by some auxiliary circuit that we will study later on. First you note down the classifications. Uncontrolled diode is the uncontrolled device. Controlled turn on and uncontrolled turn off. So this is a semi-controlled device, ACR. But this BJT, GTO, gate turn off thyristor, IGBT, MOSFET, static induction thyristor, and mass control thyristors can be control turn on and control turn off. Both turn on and turn off can be controlled. To forward bias BJT, to apply gate pulse, okay, the base drive, it will turn on. To remove the base drive, it will turn on. So both turn on and turn off can be controlled. Okay. So diode is an uncontrolled device. ACR is a semi-controlled device. But BJT, GTO, MOSFET, IGBT, SIT, MCTs are full control. Control turn on, control turn off. Okay. I'll give you another graph of this. This is not a latest one. What is classification of semiconductor devices? They are classified according to the degree of controllability. Uncontrolled, semi-controlled, and full control. Just for a review of diodes, okay. Or semiconductor diodes. These things you have studied. This is cutting voltage, okay. It's 0.7 volt. It's not super. This is diode reverse characteristics that you know. Runoff characteristics. Reverse recovery you have found. After the forward diode current decays to 0, the diode continues to conduct in the reverse direction because of the presence of stored charges in the two layers. So the time required to remove those store block charges is known as reverse recovery time. The reverse current flow for a time for reverse recovery time, the diode regains its blocking capability until reverse recovery current decay to 0. The reverse recovery current TRR is defined as the time between the instant forward current becomes 0 and the instant reverse recovery current decay to 35%. Okay. This 0 to the 25% of the peak value. Okay. Here at the peak value of the current, reverse peak, the diode develop a reverse voltage. This is the power loss. This into this. Power loss reading switching. Okay. So reverse recovery time is divided into two components, TA and TB. Note down these things. First you draw this. Next time I'm in a just class. After 10-15 minutes, I will call you. You got it? So this reverse recovery is time as having two components, TA plus TB. TA is the time between zero crossing of the forward current and the peak reverse current. Okay. During this TA, charge stored in the depleted region is removed. Okay. The inside depleted region it is removed. And time TB is measured from the instant of IRM reaching the peak value and the instant IRM reaching 25% of its reverse recovery current reaching 25% of its peak value. Okay. During this charge, during this period TB, charge from the two outer layers are removed. Okay. TA is from 0 to peak, the reverse recovery current reaching peak value, and TB is from peak to it is reaching 25% of the peak value. During this period, the charges inside the depleted layers are removed, and during this, the outer layers, charges from the outer layers are removed. So the shaded area represents the charge. Okay, keyword. The ratio TB by TA is called the softness factor or S factor. This factor is a measure of the voltage tangent that occurs during time diode recovers. Okay. Softness factor. Its ideal value is unity, and this indicates low oscillating reverse recovery process. In case S factor is small, diode has a large oscillatory over voltages. Oscillation will take place, large oscillation. That is very difficult to control. Okay. So there are just briefly some type of diodes. Okay, reverse recovery. There are three type of power diodes. General purpose diodes. Okay. Fast recovery diodes and Shakti diodes. Schottky diodes. Okay. So they have different reverse recovery time. General purpose diodes have very high reverse recovery time. Fast recovery is having very less reverse recovery, but it is less than what general purpose diode says, but higher than Shakti diodes. These fast recovery diodes are very fast, low reverse recovery current. So just note down these things. General purpose diodes. These diodes have relatively high reverse recovery current in the order of 25 microsecond. Their current rating vary from 1 ampere to several thousand amperes, and the range of voltage rating is from 50 volt to about 5 kilovolts. Fast recovery diodes are characterized by their very less lower order reverse recovery time, 5 microsecond or less. These are used in choppers, communication circuit, SMPS, induction heating. Their current rating vary from about 1 ampere to several thousand amperes, and voltage rating from 50 volt to about 3 kilovolt. The Shakti diode is very interesting. The rectification takes place from the not between the semiconductor junction, but between semiconductor and the metal junction. This kind of diodes uses metal to semiconductor junction for rectification instead of PN junction. Okay. Shakti diodes are characterized by very fast recovery time and low forward voltage. And the silicon diode has a typical voltage of 0.6 to 0.7 volt. This forward voltage drop. While Shakti diode has a voltage drop of 0.15 to 0.45. It's very less. Forward voltage drop of Shakti diode is 0.15 to 0.45. So they are used for very high speed conversion. They are very highly efficient. Okay. This table you can note down. I think today this much is okay. First class. Tomorrow we can start your. Tomorrow, which class I have? Tomorrow I don't have classes.
So next class is on Friday.
Friday, na? Okay. Friday. Oh. How many classes I have? 4. Power electronics?
3, sir. 3 classes, Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
It is E2202, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Friday, okay. So we'll meet on Friday, huh? Okay. All the best. So you collect some books and study regularly. Otherwise, power electronics is very difficult subject. Okay.
Sir, can you recommend some books?
Or fundamentals, your Bhimra is there, one power electronics. Then one book is Khan Chandani is there. Okay. These 2 books for BTech is okay. And first you purchase these 2 books, Khan Chandani and this Bhimra. Okay. And then Rasit. Rasit will the text reference book. Okay then. Bye.
Sir, can we get the slide? Slides, sir.
I don't give. Why you need slide? Slide PPT or see what I prepare is my personally what I thought I have prepared, right? Better you prepare your note down what I will give sufficient time during teaching. That you note down, I read books. For any doubts, I am available. I am available 12 hours. Tell me.
Sir,
So
yes, sir, we prepare on our own, but it's just like a reference, sir.
reference books are available.
No, sir. Books we can we'll take some books, but also for extra reference we
No,
need
I will
slides
not give my
like that.
PPT. That is, I am very sorry. PPT is my proprietary item. I will not give PPT. I never give PPT. PPT may say copy paste. That is not the idea. I am available 12 hours. You can ask me doubts. I will not share PPT. PPT is short version. You cannot understand from PPT. Right? Better you prepare your own notes. And if required, I will dictate also. It's okay. So during classes, you please listen to my talk carefully. Ask doubts. I will give you sufficient time. Right. Bye for today.
Thank you, sir.